When it comes to your car, maintenance is vital. Routine service is key to making sure that you don't have to worry. And there's no better place than 70s Quick Lube Valvoline. They'll change your oil and they'll use the best. Valvoline products protects 40% better against wear, resists oil breakdown 10 times better, and defends 25% more against deposits than industry standards. You also get a free 18-point safety check with every change. That includes topping off your fluids, brakes, tires, and hoses. Potential issues can be discovered during routine service. Stop by 70s Quick Lube Valvoline at 20827 John R. near 8 Mile Road in Hazel Park, or call 248-547-4114. They're open 7 days a week. At 70s Quick Lube Valvoline, they take care of business because they're the best in the business. You're in business. It doesn't matter if it's just you or you may have a staff. Now that you're in charge, you're going to need some help. Make the right call. Contact Michael L. Cash and Associates. With over 30 years of customer retention, development, and satisfaction, Michael L. Cash and Associates are recognized as industry leaders. At Michael L. Cash and Associates, they assist in brand awareness with corporations like Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, casinos, resorts, concerts, and music festivals worldwide. You've taken a big step. Make your next step your best step. You may need equipment or money for expansion. Contact Michael L. Cash and Associates and apply for a business loan today. They approve loans for those who qualify from $5,000 to $50 million. You're in business. Don't let the demands and expenses stop you from achieving your personal goals. Contact Michael L. Cash and Associates at 313-808-5440 or try our website, michaellcash.com. Michael L. Cash and Associates, the commercial funding specialist. When you're shopping for car insurance, you've got to do your homework. What kind of coverage do you need? There are a lot of options out there. How much do you need for yourself and for your family? And of course, how much will it cost? Let me save you a lot of time and a lot of money. Progressive Insurance has some of the best coverage options at affordable prices. Progressive Insurance doesn't just insure your car. We cover your motorcycle, RV, and your boat too. Face it, you've got to have car insurance. Why not go to the pros at Progressive? Call Chuck Hobson at 248-327-6857. That's 248-327-6857. Progressive Insurance. Confidence wherever the road takes you. Truthfully, it boils down to simple mathematics, where luxury and style merge with technology. The totally new MKX from Lincoln, a totally new driving experience. You can enjoy the experience for yourself at Varsity Lincoln in Novi. No one else could, so Lincoln did. The entirely new MKX. It inspires extraordinary drives and exceptional experiences. The all-new Lincoln MKX. Elegance, yet its simplicity redefined. It's what you've waited for at Varsity Lincoln of Novi. Lincoln Black Label. Experience for yourself.
You've heard Now Listen. WJZD Radio, Detroit.com.
Good morning. It is showtime. Yes, it is. I see everybody is in here. Janae, Marie, bonjour. Alexander Banks, my man Captain, you're in the D. Phenomenal Mommy, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? Yes. What up, though, D. Henry? We are your number one 24-hour streaming station that plays jazz and more. We are WJZD Radio Detroit, and this is the Rise and Grind Morning. I'm your guy, Don Allen, with you in the middle of the week, ready to get you over the hump. Are you guys ready? I see you are. Everybody's here. I am flattered. And I'm happy that you guys are here. This hour musically, we're going to have all artists from Detroit. all artists from Detroit. We're just kicking it off with my man Keith Bubby Webb, calls this one Groove Station Cafe. Also, Reno and Rose Petals. Daryl Beebe, LaShawn Gary, Detroit's own Carl Reed, my man, 100 grand. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Lost both his parents within 2 months. What up, C? Corey Brown with us, Wasabi, and good morning. Denise Banks and Vicky Howard. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Of course, we've got your memory pleaser right after the break. And let's see. I'm not even seeing my break in there. What's going on? You know what? We're going to do the commercials at the end of the show. That's what we're doing. Okay? So at about 20 after, we're going to go into a couple of memory pleasers from the same artist. Also, we've got Al Turner, the bass player, Al Turner, the burner. Ozone's on the way, Orange Lake Drive, Randy Scott, and Detroit's own Anita Baker. And so much more. I want you to stay with us. Craig C.C. Ryder is with us this morning. And pleasure is always mine. Happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to you, too, if you're listening or watching, wherever you are on this little blue marble we call Earth. From one pole to the other pole, we are streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I am so excited because the station is undergoing a lot of changes. We're working feverishly to bring the website up to snuff and up to speed. Morning, John B. What's happening? Are you with Joey? Are you like hanging out with Joey Muhammad this morning? You know, I know Joey's listening. We're getting ready for him to do his nuptials in August, and I will be there. Me and DJ Mellow Mike are going to be providing music and just making things go well and make sure everybody has a nice time. So I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see. We already told you what's happening musically. And speaking of music, next week we are going to feature the artist who is actually going to be your memory pleaser artist for today. Mr. Michael Henderson will be on Monday. We're going to explore the music of Michael Henderson, all of the artists. I didn't realize, Derek, that there were so many artists that Michael Henderson actually was attached to. It was amazing. I knew he was not only just an accomplished musician, but he was a talented writer, producer, and he worked with like some of the greats like Norman Connors, The Dramatics, Phyllis Hyman, Stevie Wonder, Miles Davis, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, Emmylou Harris, and John Hyatt. These are country artists, the last two were, and he worked with all of them, you know, and he worked with so many more. So join us on Monday at 9 a.m. as we explore the music of Mr. Michael Henderson. Also, I'm going to be stepping out. Hey, Captain, get with me because maybe Saturday we're going to have to turn a few corners, okay? I'm going to get out in the streets for a minute, and I do have a party I have to go to. A young lady who is celebrating her life day, and they reached out to me, and I'm going to go out and celebrate, just, fire a cocktail or something. When I say her life day, it's not her birthday. I'm not sure. But I know this young lady had cancer, and she beat it. So we're celebrating her life day. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about that. It is Shan Clark's sister. And so I'm going to go out there and hang out with them just briefly for a little while and wish her all the best. CC. Yeah, see, you want to hang out with us? This is Detroit's own Reno. Be sure and go to Spotify and iTunes and pick this up. It's called Rose Petals. CC, we can hook up and do that. I feel, thank you, Marie, because it's a wonderful thing, just to wake up every morning. Everybody's been asking me, they'll walk up and they say, hey, Don, how you doing? And my latest response has always been, recently, better than I deserve. And a lot of people can relate to that because it's because of his grace and mercy that we are here. Think about it. If somebody asks you how you're doing, you say better than I deserve, it's the truth because of the fact that it is better than we deserve. If we all got what we deserve, none of us would be here. There will be no buildings. There will be no cars. There will be no roads. There will be trees, grass, and animals. That's it. Okay? If we got what we deserve. So I'm so thankful, and I'm thanking God for this day. as I always do when I open my eyes, before my feet hit the floor and before they go to bed each and every night, and all day in between, me and the Lord having conversations. I know some days he might be getting tired of me, but I'm going to keep calling anyway. Because I'm a firm believer that prayer does change things. And, and I always pray until something happens, then I pray some more. That's what I do. Here, weather-wise in Detroit, I see the sun way over there trying to peek out, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it. It's going to get warm here. I think tomorrow it's going to get near 50, and then the bottom drops out for the weekend, So good morning, Yvette Middlebrook, who I saw over at Soul on Ice. It was so wonderful seeing you. She's got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life. Have mercy. And still waiting on that phone call, right? Okay. I know you forgot. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? Also, I've been gathering information for our story on the original WJZZ radio, and there's so much information, it's going to take a while to gather all the information, organize it, and present it to you. I also want to make sure, let me turn my page here, I want to make sure that I want to get my facts straight, and, so as not to offend anyone that enjoys traditional jazz. There are traditional jazz stations out there on the internet. The music is so vast, and there's enough for everyone to go around, okay? So we're putting it together. This station right here, the T-shirt I'm wearing, see it? This is the one we're going to do the show on. The one that was over on the boulevard with Rosetta Hines and Doc Elliott, Tony Hoy, Tony Weaver, O'Neal Stevens, Kyle Lamont, Van East. Who else? Oh, me. And my man Gene Edwards, of course. Can't forget about Gene. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go over, I'm already setting up interviews with the DJs, the ones that are still around, and a lot of them have moved out of town. So I will be speaking with them one-on-one, and the owners of WJZZ as well, the 105.9, Jazz 106, whichever you want to call it. So we'll be speaking with them and just kicking it around, finding out what happened. I know everybody wants to know. Our story will focus solely on WJZZ 105.9 and later on Jazz 106. We're going to focus on the experience of those who work there and those in charge. I'll even see, like I said, and can go on the record and find out what happened, why it went off the air. I was tasked with the unfortunate job of signing WJZZ off the air. I don't remember the song I played, but I do remember the night it happened, when a normal night became a really busy night because everybody came in and we were doing stuff, and the owners were delegating, jobs for us to do. So, it became a busy night. When the music was changed, when we closed the book on a legendary station and a new era began. And I do remember this. Hey, Sherilyn. My mom called me that night and asked what happened. And I told her that we had changed the format of the station. She said, "You still got a job, don't you?" And I said, "Yes." And I can't repeat what she said after that because it was some foul language. So, like a lot of other people, I had people actually cursing me out when JZZ went off the air. And like it was my fault. I'm like, dude, I worked there. I was just doing what I was told to stay employed. Because I did stay on when they changed format with the new company and so forth for a while. I think I stayed there maybe a year and a half. Then Rosetta went to GPR, and then she called me over there. And that's when I ended up over at GPR very, very briefly. And right after that, I moved to Texas. That's where I met Derrick Henry. And then we raised a lot of sand down there. We brought Kim to Houston way back when his first CD came out. I'll never forget it. And I emceed the show. And the line, it was at Clyde Drexler's barbecue place. The line came out. Now, this is not just a regular barbecue place. And first of all, if you've never been to Houston or in Texas, know that everything in Texas is big, okay? Everything in Texas is big. And this restaurant held like 400 to 600 people, and it was packed. And the line was going down the sidewalk and around the corner when I pulled up. Hey, good morning, Dawn. How are you? And the rest is history. And then I ended up on KTSU, So I had a great time in Houston. I really love it down there. Only thing that scares me about Houston is hurricanes, because I got there right around the tail end of Katrina. It was actually still going on, and just then, at that point, when I got to Houston, it had passed Houston, but the back end was still there, and it was slamming New Orleans. So I was fortunate then. But along came Hurricane Ike and let me know what Mother Nature can really, really do. I mean, we were out of power for 3.5 weeks. It was crazy. So it's going to take some time, and hopefully I will answer most of your questions, and you will understand why, the when, and what happened to the announcers that you all invited into your cars, into your homes, and into your fond memories as well. The story of the original WJZZ Jazz 106 is indeed coming. Write a biography book on me? What up, Mellow Mike? What's happening? Oh, yeah, me and Mellow Mike got us something to do in August. And all between now and August, I'm going to keep Mike busy as I possibly can. That is one of my goals. I'm going to keep Mike busy, meaning he going to be playing all over the place. So if you guys having a party, holla at your boy, and me and Mike come out there and turn your party out. No doubt. No doubt. Okay? Today, our hot topic relates to, and I hope y'all ready for this, since we didn't do anything on Monday because we did Earth, Wind, and Fire on Monday, it relates to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and that is, we are all kings. When you think about it, and I'm taking it from the sense of Dr. King, we are all kings. That being said, we are all aware of his legacy and that he sought equality for all black people, how he sought to reach the oppressed and the oppressors. The question for us as a group is, what have we done for ourselves over the past 50 years? I mean, what have we done over the past 50 years to make it a better place for ourselves, for our family, for our future? Did we do anything good? And y'all gonna have to answer me on some of these questions, because I've been racking my brain. I'm trying to think, maybe I'm missing something. But after the Dream speech, and it got the world and the country and the brothers and sisters right on and all of that, but I don't see Barack Obama was the president. We gained some ground in terms of equality, and I spoke with Dawn about this last night. We have not. Do you think that, first question, I guess, do you believe racism will end in our lifetime? I don't think so. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? We all have a dream, John says. Yeah, but yours is of Dunkin' Donuts. But I would love to see it. And I pray that I would love to see, I prayed to see the first black president. I did. And now I want to pray to see something substantial. I want to see the end of slavery. I mean, not slavery, end of racism. Forgive that. End of racism. So do you think it's going to happen? What is it going to take? Because it started before Dr. King, but we're going to go only back to that point. So what have we done for ourselves over the past 50 years to make this a better place for ourselves? What have we done to improve our own individual situations that will in turn translate to the advancement of a race that has been tearing away at itself? Have we assisted each other to become successful? Have we come together to help our communities to succeed? Have we reached out to someone and let them know that it doesn't matter what color you are, what religion you are, because there's only one God, okay? There's only one God, and he goes by many names, but there's still only one, okay? Okay, John Beast, and I respect your realistic view, John, and that's the sad truth. Wait a minute, let me pop that up there. John says this. John says, no, it will not end. Sadly. Okay, now, if you feel that way, tell me why. Because I have one view. My view is when humanity gets over its need for things, People get robbed because someone wants what they have. Am I correct? Okay, that's a thing. What's going on in Ukraine right now? Russia is taking over because they want their land. That is a thing. When we get over our need or our desire or our want for things, then peace will begin to take root. Then we have to get over the way people look. Dawn, they be out there looking zesty. I had to figure it in there somewhere. You know what I'm talking about. Sherilyn Wininski. Sadly, what do you guys think? I mean, what's it going to take? To be successful in any situation. Here we go. Agreed. It won't end. It has always existed. Only the year has changed. Ooh, come on. I got you on that one. That phenomenal mommy nailed it. It has always existed, but it doesn't have to. We figured out ways to send a man to the moon. We figured out ways. Cut it out. We figured out ways to send men around the planet, in space, Wait a minute, here we go. John says, it just happened over this weekend to my kid at a hockey tournament with racial slurs on the ice. Exactly, because for those of you who don't know, John adopted 2 black children, and he's raising them up, and my hat's off to him, and I got mad love for John, and mad love and respect for this man, because, these kids needed a father. He a father now. Ta-da! And he's raising them the right way, And it's sad. It's sad. We all, quote unquote, claim to be Christians until it's something that we reach a point inside the human, psyche and inside the human heart that says, I don't like you because of the way you look. There's a bunch of white folks that hate black people. There's a bunch of black people that hate white people. But I got a question for you. Arabic or, people, forgive me, I don't know the proper way to say it, but Arabic people, Asian people, Latinos, they all live in their communities, they all get along, and they are all flourishing, people. They're flourishing. And guess who isn't? If you're watching your camera, I'm rubbing my arm, okay? Us, we're not flourishing as much. We're not reaching our full potential. Okay, here comes Corey. He says, let me post it up on the screen. Everything has a beginning and an end. And once we figure out as black people to stand by each other and support each other, the world will look at it differently. Absolutely. Ooh. Corey don't knock a ball out the park here very often, but he hit it out the park this time. Like I said, to be successful in any situation, you must know your adversary, and it helps if you get yourself and others like you together to know what you're up against. For all of us to be successful, working together is key. Honesty is vital, and integrity is a must. Now, for those of you who don't know what integrity is, me and John gonna spell it out. Say it out loud for you, John. Say it out loud for him, John. Integrity is doing the right thing because it is the right thing to do. And I'm talking about from the beginning. Do the right thing from the beginning because it's the right thing to do. Everything else will fall in line. It will. We have to do better. Okay? And Derek Kid hit it right here. They have access to capital. We don't. Precisely. But that should not be a problem. That working together, Derek, we can build our own capital. We're working together, we can build our own capital. Okay? Have we overcome yet? Or are we feeling ourselves and each other by choosing to be misled? I'm going to repeat that because a lot of y'all that went right over your head. Okay? Here comes your, this is your memory pleaser. 2 in a row from Mr. Michael Henderson in the nighttime. But have we overcome yet? Or are we feeling ourselves and each other by choosing to be misled? Because sometimes you get some information because you like what you're hearing, you figure, I'm going to follow that person. or what that person says is true because I agree with it. That does not make it right. That just means that that person is saying something that appeals to you in your little feelings. And so you're going to follow that, regardless if it's right, if it's wrong. That's where our problem is. Do your damn research and find out the truth of the matter. You might not, I can go there. Okay, to find out the answer, you must get all the answers to all the questions, and even some of the questions you may not know. In other words, you don't know what you don't know. And that is what will start, that is what will hurt you in the long run. If you don't know what you don't know, if you don't do the research to find out what you don't know, you're going to hurt yourself. And then you're going to sit there looking stupid. Oh, I didn't know that. You know why you didn't know it? You didn't do no damn research. Don't put it up to somebody else to do the research that you need to do. Do it your damn self. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little hype on this one. Because it's hitting me where it hurts. I look around close by me. It ain't like I'm looking across a field either. I'm looking around close by me. And I see those people. And don't think I don't see you. And I know you're listening too. I see you spreading viruses. I see you throwing mud. That's all on you. I ain't gonna worry about that. I'm gonna keep Don Allen moving forward. And you know what? When you see that dust get up in your face, I'm not even gonna kick. I'm gonna be like, let me help clean you up. Let me help clean you up. Come on. You know, the Lord forgave me. He'll forgive you too. I forgive you. So tell me, after you look closely around yourself and your community, your social circle, your country, is it better? Do you have all the answers? The truth is you don't. And a better question is, how do you find a solution? Good morning, sis. That's my sis, Delphine. I heard you went out of town. Black people brought into misperspective of society that black people can't be trusted. That's why we don't build together. And you know why? I got a theory on that, Phenomenal Mommy. Let me share that theory with you. As we roll inside your memory pleaser, tuna roll from Michael Henderson. And we're going to get to that reparations thing. I do agree with that, Derek. But let me comment on what Phenomenal Mommy said. We can't be trusted. That goes back to Jim Crow. All right? Jim Crow, if those of you who don't know who Jim Crow is, he wrote a sort of like a report, if you will, on how to handle a slave. And this screwed us up for so many years, and it's screwing us up today. Jim, inside this, it said, if you have two big, muscular black, they called the studs back then, or bulls, you know, and then we were tight, say me and Derek, tight, you know, and he knew he had to psychologically break us up. So what he did, he'd take Derek way on that side of the plantation, take me on the other side of the plantation. A couple of days later, he'd go tell Derek something I said about him. He'd come back to me and tell me something Derek said about me. And then when me and Derek saw each other again, we didn't trust each other no more. And then we'd end up, you know, they'd emasculate us, beat us down, you know. And forgive me, Lord, for saying it publicly. They did, you know, that sex acts in front of our women, to us. And what does that do to the women's psyche? That says to a woman that another man is overpowering my man, so he is stronger than my man. Truth of the fact is, he got a gun and a whip and 15 other big white burly people standing around him to make sure that I don't retaliate. That's what's happening. And it's all Jim Brother Crow. I sure would like to meet his descendants. Now, getting to that reparations thing, they did, you know, what happened to the 40 acres and a mule? 40 acres, I did a little mild calculation on the reparations. I did a mild calculation. If we got 40 acres and a mule, we translate that into American dollars today, that would be somewhere in the ballpark of $3.5 to $4 million per family, plus the cost of the mule. which has, you have to translate that. It goes from a mule to a tractor to one of those industrial things, and that would go, make it 4.5 mil per family. Or stop taxes on families affected by slavery for 10 years. Now, people who are listening to be like, Don, that's all wrong. It's not their fault. People nowadays, it's not their fault. And then you turn around and you say, well, the Jewish people, getting all this sympathy and getting all these breaks and, all of that. And y'all remember the Holocaust. Let me explain something to you. 100 times more African Americans died during slavery than did in the entire Holocaust. You have to prove lineage for reparations, same as Indian reservation. I got proof. Look at my damn skin. Okay, let me explain something to you. I'll explain to you how it got so light brown instead of so dark. Let me explain that to you. Because when Massa was away, Massa's wife and my great-great-great-great-grandpappy played. Then after somebody got born and we found out that my great-great-great-great-grandpappy did it, they killed him and put the little baby out in the field or made him a little house person. Oh, yeah, they destroyed the records on purpose. That's why when black children, babies were born, the best place that they hid the records of, the slaves hid the records of the children was in the Bible. Those that could write, they would save 6 pounds and weigh him like this. Put his little diaper on him and weigh him. Yeah, it's about 6 pounds right there. Ukraine is getting paid our tax dollars. But I don't want to go down that road. I'm already on that road, huh? Dr. King helped us to open our eyes and to recognize we can do better. We can do better. It starts again with each of us as individuals. Key word there, individuals. That means you. I'm talking to you. Individual. I'm not talking to your family. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you and your better half, and I'm talking to her or him. Individual. All right? We got to get to the point where we start with ourselves, and then we come together and build understanding to bring your honesty and your integrity with you. That's mandatory. You gotta do it. I mean, what have we done? Have we wasted 50 years? Have we just wasted it? I mean, it saddens me to think that all the statues and the I Have a Dream. And I did hear another speech of Dr. King. We was at a book signing. He had written a book, and he was at the desk signing a book, and a white woman walked up and said, "Are you Dr. King?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And she stabbed him. And during the melee, they caught the woman. They didn't do anything to her. All the time, the ambulance, and they were just telling him to stay awake and stay awake, and the knife had pierced part of his lung. And when they got him to the hospital and they performed the surgery to heal him, they said, "Dr. King, it was so close to your lungs that if you had so much as sneezed, you would have drowned in your own blood." And it was shortly thereafter when a little white girl sent him a letter and said, "Dear Dr. King, I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm so glad you didn't sneeze." And as we are. Was she Jamaican? Derek said she was Jamaican. But we are so glad he didn't sneeze. We would have lost. We would not have had the I Have a Dream speech. We wouldn't have we're not woke. We're not woke. We are halfway woke. We've been halfway woke for 50 some odd years. It's time for us to open up, wake up, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And having this discussion is the beginning. Some people might say, Don, I don't know if you should have said that on the air. I'm like, we have to have open dialogue so that we can begin to make things better. Am I correct? Because if you don't have a discussion to make things better, y'all ain't doing nothing but chewing the fat. Y'all might as well go to the barber shop. A couple of old guys be like, no, I don't, and start talking about Willie Mays and stuff like that. So it's far beyond time that we open up ourselves to, this discussion. We have to learn to work together. We have to, in spite of our differences, work together. Corey says we have squandered opportunity. Power in numbers, power in dollars is real. We can make each family a millionaire every day with $1 from all or most of. Ooh, I like that one, Corey. Ooh, there you go. Let's post that one up. I like that one. We have squandered opportunity, and opportunity keeps coming around. Richard Pryor said something many, many years ago while doing one of his stand-up. He was like, do you know we are the first people to ever walk the face of this earth, born of kings and queens? If that be the case, if we are born of royalty, why are we treated this way over here? Fear, jealousy, greed. Ta-da! That's it. Fear, jealousy, greed. Now, we look at each other and feel the same way now. Fear, jealousy, greed. I said it earlier. Once mankind gets over the need for things, this will be a much better place. Equality will begin to take root, and we will learn to help each other because it's the right thing to do. We will be successful. This will once again be the most powerful country on the planet, not because we have more missiles, not because we have more technology, but people love and take care of each other. That's when we are going to be better. Oh, yeah. That was how much. Let me answer this question. We're going to put this up, John. The Black Masterminds, according to the Black Masterminds Corporation, they said over $8 trillion was spent last year by black people. $8 trillion. Count them if you ain't got nothing to do. And yet, we get none of that money back into our communities. And it's our own fault. Our own fault. All this holiday season, if you were listening to this radio program, I was telling everybody, shop local, buy minority. The Black Masterminds wanted us to say buy black. I say shop with minorities because I love me some Latinos. I love my Chinese food, even though I'm not eating meat this month. But I do love, other people. I love people because they're people. I don't give a damn what color you are. Now, if you're a jerk or an a-hole, I'll just separate myself from you until a later time in which we can, resolve our differences. And when I got time, I'll say, okay, what is it about me you don't like? Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. If there's something I'm doing wrong, let me know. I've been called a narcissist before. Truth be told, we are all narcissists at one time or another in our lives. You see, if you ain't, I'm not afraid to look in the mirror and tell y'all, hey, I got shortcomings. I've got my issues. Yes, I do. But let me see you walk across the water. If you can do that, I will bow down to you. But until then, shut the hell up. Flat out. Now, if you got a problem with me, come on, bring it. I'm going to be honest with you every single time. I promised it to myself. I promised it to God. I did it to him first. Then I promised it to myself. But the fact of the matter is, I won't be able to get anywhere with you if I can't be straight with you. Oh, and if you try to run game on me, go for it. Go for it. I love the competition. I love it. I breathe for competition. If I lose, I lose. But at least I know I gave it my best shot. Hell, Tommy Hearns is one of the best men ever, the baddest men ever to put on boxing gloves. And he too was beat. And guess what they still call him? The champ. Likewise, Muhammad Ali. You can say Mike Tyson, any of them. They got beat too. All of them. But at least they laced those gloves up. Every single time it counted, they got in the ring and did what they did. And that's how I lead my life. I put my gloves on every damn day. I take some on the chin, but I dish some out too. Ass whooping ain't something I'm gonna take easy. Yep. I'm gonna give some. Yep. So we gotta do better. This is a speech that I probably should have had with you guys Monday, but it was an Earth, Wind, and Fire thing, and I promised you guys Earth, Wind, and Fire. So at the end of each and every show, I give it to you straight. Make it a great day on purpose, and do it with authority. Be the reason why somebody else smiles. Even if it's a person you can't stand, walk by and just say something funny. Say something that'll uplift their day. You don't know what people are going through psychologically. Did you hear about the young lady who took her 2 little girls? She had emotional problems, mental instabilities, took 2 little babies out into a field and tried to spend the night out there. She and one of the children died. The other one is in the hospital right now suffering with hypothermia. And we have to do better. We got to look out for people like this. I mean, it didn't help that the government took away all the mental institutions, But if we work hard enough, we can get them to reestablish those. Because there are people out there who are hurting, who don't understand, who snapped. They have snapped. And then when they come outside holding a knife and they can't help themselves, the police are trained to shoot center mass. Don't get mad at the police, because some of those people, who they are, and that they might have an issue. If you see that person going through and might be having an episode, it's up to you to call somebody to say, we got a man over here and he's got mental instabilities and he's outside swinging a knife. Please don't send the police. Send somebody over here to help this person. Because the police, they're going to do what they're trained to do. Flat out. They're going to do what they're trained to do. Please put the knife down. Please put the knife down. Now, I don't agree with shooting him 45 times. Okay? Miss Maria, how are you? Good morning, darling. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning. This is Don Allen. But there are so many things we need to do to overcome. So many things. That dream was over 50 years ago. Over 50 years ago. We might have taken a couple of small steps. We are better than that. In an age of technology, really? We got robots that do half the work for us now. All right? You don't think they see this? I don't care. If they want to shut me down, shut me down. I'll figure another way out. Because it's their laws that enable me to do this. Yeah. If they call, I work for the government. If they call me in the office, Don, we want to talk to you about your show today. I'm like, yeah. What about that little thing called freedom of speech? That little thing right there. Yeah. Okay. Those people are family members or have family that know their family member has problems and won't help them. Yeah, wait a minute, let me put that on screen because, Corey, we must help these people. Everybody in their family got somebody ain't sitting right. I was getting ready to say something else and I softened the blow, forgive me. Everybody knows somebody or somebody cousin that just ain't right and be like, okay, we have to do something to help. In Pontiac, Michigan, God has definitely got a plan for that 10-year-old girl. He woke her up. Yes, he did. Thank you, Bridget. When I heard about that situation, I was heartbroken because everybody in that family knew that girl had a problem. I think her husband was arrested or murdered last year, and she's got emotional difficulties. Or she had it, and she just simply took her babies, and she was like, we're going to get away from all of this. All right, let's lay here, and take a nap, go to sleep. And God woke that little child up and said, come on, go get some help. It was just devastating. It broke my heart, and it breaks my heart that there are so many others. She is not the only one. there are so many other people out there. We have to help our people. People, we have to help. Derek, you're right. Sadly, it is by design. You know, got to keep them numbers right. You know. Yep. Yeah, I said it. We got to keep the numbers right. They have to keep the numbers right. This is the Rise and Grind morning, and I'm drinking water. Can you believe it? Isn't that amazing? I'm drinking water now. No smoothie this morning. I may do another one on Friday. All this month, I have given up meat. And actually, I started, to be honest with you, I started around January 5th. And my church is fasting. This is my own personal way of fasting. Just flushing it out, just fruits, veggies, and protein smoothies. And if you come, I swear to God, if you come around me with a piece of fried chicken, I'm going to slap you. Or I'll slap it on the floor. You won't be able to eat it either. So don't play with me. Right now, I'm drawing close to the end of the month, and I want some chicken. Or some red snapper, or some Chilean sea bass. I don't do a lot of red meat anyway, but I am pleased with my weight is going down, you know, and I'll be hitting the gym tomorrow morning at about 5 a.m. Anybody want to join me at 5 a.m., you're welcome to. This hour, we're playing music from all Detroit artists, all artists from Detroit. This is Randy Scott. That's my man. Randy Scott, this calls us one Cabo. Coming up next, we got some Nita Baker, and we're out the door with Al Turner, the burner. Coming up next hour, music from Terry Tuck, Demetrius Neighbors, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And who else we got? Peebo Bryson. Mesa will be with us next hour. My man, Bubby Webb, is back. Impromptu. I found some of them. I got to drop them. Foreplay, Eric and Erykah Badu. All next hour. I want you to stick around for us. Spread the word about WJZD Radio. We are your new #1 24-hour streaming station that plays jazz and more. And we're playing the newer stuff. And there's another station called WJZZ, and they play the more traditional edge of it. Had a talk with the owner of their station. So, you know, we decided we both on the same road, but we in our own lanes. So we're going to keep it that way. And maybe, who knows, down the road, we might do something nice together, you know, because it's always cool to fly and play together in business. Those of you who didn't hear, I'm going to be doing a story on WJZZ Jazz 106. I'm going to be speaking to guys like O'Neal Stevens, Cliff Coleman, Tony Weaver. I'm going to be speaking to Kyle Lamont. I'm going to be speaking to Van Ness. I'm going to be speaking to the owners of WJZZ or the former WJZZ, and get their take on it and just hear in their own words what they felt, you know, and how much fun we had back then, because we had a blast. We did not know we were doing anything special. At least I didn't. I was just in there doing what I loved. The Lord gave me an opportunity, and I went in, I did what I did, and I had a ball doing it, and I do miss it. So I'm even going to see if I can do a YouTube video and go over on the boulevard and see if they'll let me back into the building just to go walking down memory lane, if you will. Likewise, I'm also going to do a quick video in front of the very first station I ever worked at. The building is still standing. The station itself is gone, which is WDRQ. I'm going to see if I can get in there, too, and just walk around for old time's sake. You know, it would be real nice. I remember when I was 16, just peeking through the window, and they invited me in, gave me a tour. I eventually became a request line operator. That's how I got started. But anyway, that's all down the pipe. Oh, we got so much stuff planned for you guys. Yep. Let me you know what. I have to post this one. Corey Brown says, thank you, God, for Martin Luther King Jr. and his family who left it all on the table. And I like to piggyback on that one, Corey. It's time for us to leave it on the table. Leave it on the table. You know, I mean, when at the end of your road, don't you want somebody to look back at your life fondly and say what you want about Don, say what you want about Corey, say what you want about Derek, say what you want about Mike, but they did the damn thing. And they did it for the betterment of everyone around them. And that's what we got to do. We have to do it for the betterment, not just for yourself. Quit being so damn greedy. You know, once we get over greed, it's over. That's part of the battle. So leave it on the table. Do something for somebody else, okay? And you'll just live such a fulfilled life. Your life will have meaning. Do something for somebody else, okay? Boom. WJZDRadioDetroit.com. And I couldn't go an hour without playing my girl. This is my first real crush. And during the Earth, Wind, and Fire piece we did on Monday, I found out the record she was doing, pantomiming, at Winterhalter Elementary when I first saw her on stage. Long before any of y'all even knew who Anita Baker was. I saw this little girl doing this. I was in the audience. And she was actually doing Love Life by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I was like, I didn't even know what I was feeling at that moment. And she don't know me, still don't know me. She met me a couple of times before, since then, but she don't know. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I had a crush on her way back, you know. Still do, you know, because Anita fine. I don't care what y'all say. Anyway, this is the Rise and Grind Morning. Your man Don Allen is here. Oh, we are getting ready for a wonderful, wonderful weekend in the Motor City. I'm going to be around town. What's up, Bruce Moore? How you doing? Welcome to the show. I hope you heard a piece of it. For those of you who didn't hear it, check it out on YouTube throughout the day. I know what's going to happen. Facebook's going to mute it out, blah, 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 in certain countries because I'm playing some songs that, you know, belong to other people. They do that. But I want you to go out and make it a great day on purpose. Do it with authority. Be the reason somebody else smiles today. Do something nice for somebody today. I don't care if it's something as simple as buying somebody a cup of coffee. You know, say, man, you know, here, have a cup of coffee. You look like you're having a rough day. Martin said, we're coming to get our check. Cut the check. He did. I remember that. Dr. Martin Luther King said, we coming to get the check. Cut the check. Mm-hmm. And you know what they said in Washington? I can't find my pen. Wait a minute. You got a pen? You don't have a pen? See, that's what's happening. Okie doke. And we have been okie doke far too long. But we have to do better, folks. We start with ourselves. Let's start by looking at ourselves honestly, you know. And don't lie to yourself, please. Because if you lie to yourself, you're wasting time. Because if you say to yourself, let's say hypothetically, you say to yourself, well, it's not my fault. I'm a good person. You know, I don't drink too much or I don't eat too much. You know, when you know deep in your heart you're going to have a drink at noon today, you know, or you know you're going to have a Texas-sized thing of french fries and fried chicken later on today, you're lying to yourself. You know you're going to do it. That's a mild example, but you know what I'm saying? Be honest with yourself. You can start there. Okay? Listen, guys, it's been wonderful. And I thank each and every one of you. I thank God every time I think about you guys. You know, I always want to do a good show for you guys and give us something to think about throughout your day. You know, hopefully I'll see you guys somewhere in and around town this weekend because I'm going to be out there briefly. I'm not going to be out late. I like getting home by 11. You know, I'm not young anymore. I'm not old, but I'm not young. I don't hang out till 2 and 3 in the morning anymore. I don't do that. You see me coming in at 10, 11 o'clock. Oh, and incidentally, I saw all the jokes that you guys posted about me and my roller skating. I fell 3 times, but I haven't skated in 30 years. I think 3 times, that's 1 time per 10 years, you know. And I felt wonderful the next day. That's all that working out that I've been doing. But I'm going out and buying me some new roller skates. And tell you what, we'll plan the first annual WJZD Radio skating party. And all y'all can come out there and fall. If you go into it knowing about... yeah, I saw them jokes, Delphine. If you go into it knowing you're going to fall, it ain't so bad when you do. You know, so I'm going to get me some new skates. Got a matter of fact, I may order them this weekend. And if I get my skates this weekend, look for me at a skating rink near you. And I'm not going to tell y'all when because I got to go out and practice, get my, backward skating on. Hey. But it's great exercise. And we're going to do the first annual WJZD Radio skating party. And we're going to do it all for charity. You down with that, Corey? Because, I got to run it by Corey. Because Corey's like, no, we got to get paid on this, dog. And we'll get Mellow Mike to spend for it. And all the money raised, we'll find a charity. It won't be our choice. It'll be everybody's collective choice, okay? Y'all down with that? I think that's a great idea. I mean, because it's getting ready to get cold finally here in Michigan. We need to keep these families warm. Maybe we can take it up to a school and say, how many kids we got in the school? And how many of them are behind on their lunch money payments? Let's pay all of that for them for the rest of the winter. Derek, that's what I'm going to get, boy. Are there any other brand? Precisions? I found them on Amazon, and they're like $114. I got to have them. I got to throw my white Fomac wheels on, too. Anyway, I know how to skate. But, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have a skating party. Everybody can come, and the money generated will go towards, we'll take it up to some of the elementary schools in Detroit, and we'll say, how many kids you got here that are behind in their lunch money payments? Figure it out. And, well, it's only $1,000. Well, here's $1,000. And here's another $1,000 to get them ahead. Then we'll go to another school until all the money is gone. Okay? I think that would be a wonderful idea, don't you? Listen, guys, I got to get out of here. This is the last song. This is my man Al Turner, The Burner. It's called Living Inside Your Love, and that's exactly where I want to be. I want to be inside your love. I want you to go out and make it a great day today. Be the reason somebody smiles. Bless somebody who can't bless you back. Think about what we talked about today. Okay? We are way, way, way behind on a dream that came long, long ago. We are the children of the people who were possibly at that speech. We may be the grandchildren of people who were at that speech. We have to bring it into fruition. All right? Make somebody smile today. And remember, I thank God each and every time I think about you. My man Mauricio Laduzio is on at 12 noon. Kyle Lamont as you this afternoon. And remember to make each and every day count. We are WJZD Radio Detroit. Thanks for listening. Make it a great day. I'm out.